Hi. Um, the lighting is really terrible in my room, so hopefully you can recognize Shalona Anderson. And I'm recording my YouTube video. So, to talk about the paper, I wrote about the Baltimore Police Department, but I've used other resources to add into the information because I felt that even though the book was really long, it was a lot of secondary sources instead of primary sources. So, yeah, I had to add more primary information into it. Um, so my writing process was long. I was trying to, put my best into this, and it was fun. There was a lot of research. There was a lot of sources that I ended up not using, but I learned a lot from them. There was a lot of secondary sources also that I knew I didn't need and I felt didn't belong in my paper, but they were really interesting to learn as far as the uniform guidelines and everything like that. That's always been interesting to me. Let's see, development of my historical question. That that took me a very long time to figure out what I was going to do. At first I started out with just how the police department developed, and I went into the historical question as far as comparing it to the rest of the United States and how they have improved through the years um, in their department. The hardships in my research process, definitely coming across wrong sources, seeing that I had really good information and it wasn't in the right date period, or if it was a secondary source, or if it wasn't something that belonged in my paper. That was definitely a big hardship. Also, finding information about the Baltimore was really hard too, because it seems like there was a lot of writing about New York um, and other states and other cities, but there was not that much about Baltimore, so I had to kind of incorporate other things into it also. Um, what I've learned, um, I learned a lot about the development of the police force. I had no idea it started out being a night watchman. I thought that the government made the position and they started having police officers to enforce the law, and turns out that it wasn't always like that, and started out with volunteers, unpaid, uneducated, and it continued all the way up to being a very, very good profession to have. Um, do I love or hate my sources? Yeah, well, I kind of love one of them and hated the other one. I loved the source about the wife of the police officer because I thought it offered a very interesting perspective um, of somebody that wasn't a police officer but also was an observer. She was directly involved with him. She saw him come home every day from work feeling the way he was feeling. So I feel like she had a good input on what the police force was like. Um, I did not like my other one because the one about our history from the night watchman to the last appointee, by Francis de Folsom. It was very, very vague, and it just kind of a lot of information that was not important and a lot of secondary information. Um, and I felt good about the part about the police officer's wife going into my paper. So I really enjoyed writing this paper, and I hope you enjoy reading it. Thank you. Bye.